Hi everyone, it's Nay and welcome to my intro for my 2021 Project Pan. This is the Beauty A to Z Project Pan. I think this was originally started by Jessica and Paula and Amanda, but I'm not too sure. I know these guys do it every year, or a version of it every year. And it's one of my favourites because it helps me narrow down my focus to certain things that where I'd usually have some difficulty actually making decisions about what I was going to put in a project. So that's why I like to do this one every year, and 26 is a good number to sort of focus on. It seems a good range where for an all year project where I can make some decent progress on things and get some things finished, and if I don't manage to hit one or two, then that's fine as well. A lot of these are things that have been in previous project pans, but I'm a turtle when it comes to project panning, so a lot of the times my goals are not that extravagant. They're usually things that I actually feel I can achieve, to try and keep from getting, what's the word I want? Disillusioned and disappointed, and keep me going. Alright, so let's start with A. So for A, I've gone for the Avon's Glimmer Stick in Mocha Flash. I'm actually thinking that there's a good chance of me getting this one finished this year, because there's only a tiny little bit left there. So this one is currently 4.15 grams, and it's actually about 1 centimetre there as well. These take me forever to get through. They're fairly old, so they're fairly firm, even though they're a fairly firm formula to start off with. And I'd really like to get a couple of these done, so I can move on to other things, because these have just been hanging around for ages. For B, I've got this Blushette in Barbara Ann from MAC. This was from the Surf Baby collection, and something makes me think that these never went into full production or full sales. I got one of each of the two colours they made, but I believe I got these both off of some sort of sales website when I was trawling sales websites. Yeah, and I think that was because there used to be a cap that went on it, and the idea was that you were supposed to throw that away, or I don't know, it's around somewhere, or not put it back on the top. It was really only for the original shipping, so that I think that people were finding that they were getting mouldy from having the tops on. So I think that was the story behind these, if you don't recognise them. This one is currently at 20.04 grams, and my goal is to use about a gram, so to get it down to 19 grams. These actually started off at about 4 grams. I actually have another one in a different colour, because this one's a bit hard to see because it's been hanging around for a while. And yeah, I reckon these were 4 grams. So I reckon, looking at the difference between the original, the other one, and where that's up to at the moment, and this one, I've probably used about a gram. So I'm actually about a quarter of the way through, which is actually pretty impressive considering I haven't used this as much as I should, because it's really, really old and it needs to get used. For C, I've got this Cuddly Cream Puff Lip Balm. It looks like this, with a cute little panda on the top, because I'm a panda person. His little paws are rubbed off. But I actually have another one of these, because I bought this one ages ago, and then my mum came across one somewhere and thought, Nay likes pandas, I'll get her one. So I actually have another one of these. This one is currently at 19.19 grams. And my goal is to finish this one. I think I can do that because there's not a whole lot left, and the lip a lot of the lip balms that I've been using last year are pretty much done, so I can move on to this. And as it is, I've already used a fair bit of it. I think it's under half. I'll have to get out the other one and measure where I'm up to compared to the brand new one, but I think that I'm looking at how long it is. I'm about halfway through on this one. Okay, for D, I've got this Dramatically Different moisturising lotion that's been hanging around for years because I just can't focus on using it. It's currently at 15.16 grams, and I would actually like to get it finished. I know I say that every year, but I have a feeling that this is going to be the year. For E, I've got this Ed Hardy little purse spray. I think this is about 10ml from memory. Came in a pack. I've got a big one as well, and maybe a body lotion or something. This is my favourite of the Ed Hardys. The others are all a bit heavy and musky, but this one's really quite sweet. It's actually really quite nice. It's probably berry base. I'm not very good at describing scents, but I'd say that this one's a sort of sweet, fruity one. So my plan is to start using this when the weather starts getting warmer as my summer perfume. For F, I've got this Fantasia lipstick from MAC. And my goal on this one is to get it down to the bottom of that line on the A in the green there. So holding it up, you can see approximately where I'm up to. And yeah, so I want to get it down to about there. Which should be doable, but bearing in mind that I've got about 3 lipsticks that I'd really like to use up. That's my goal for that one. It's currently at 18.98 grams with this particular lid on it. This was a limited edition one that I put on here so that it was easier to identify in my purse from my other one, and this actually weighs a little bit more than the original lid. So sometimes, in previous times when I've been weighing this, I've been weighing it with the original lid, and from now on I'm going to weigh it with this particular lid on it. Okay, for G, I've got another Glimmer Sticks from Avon eyeliner, and this one's in Burgundy Shock. This one is currently 4.12 grams, which is actually more than is left in the brown one, but it's actually only 0.9 centimetres. This one's actually smaller, so I don't know why, but there's less product in this one, but it seems to weigh more. Maybe the lid's bigger or something, I don't know. I reckon these are both Chrooms, so they were from the same release at about the same time, but yeah, really not very much there at all. So I'm really hoping I can just get these done by the end of the year, and that would be nice. For H, I've got the Happy Booster Blush. My goal is to finish this one. Currently at 43.28 grams, and I think I can get that done. I'm about halfway through that pan at the moment, so and I reckon when I pressed it, the top half was thicker than the bottom half, so I think there's a good chance that it's taken me about a year to get through half of that pan since the last repressing, so I think there's a good chance that I'll get it done by the end of this year. For I, I've got this In the Gallery quad from MAC, and my goal for this year is to finish, to get this shade here, get the pan to hit the side, so I want side pan on that one, which I think is doable. As you can see, I now have pan on all 4 shades, but I still reckon it's going to take me a couple of years to finish this. This is what I use most days. I do occasionally use some browns if I'm running a bit shorter on time, but this is my sort of go-to most day eyeshadow palette. And I know it's hard to tell with this lighting setup, but it is what's on my eyes at the moment. Okay, for J, I've got the Just Unforgettable body spray from Avon, which is sitting in my locker at work at the moment because I never remember to bring it home. I think my goal is going to be to finish it, but I'm going to have to wait till I fetch that out and have a look at it. And it's a sweet summer scent. I think it's something like blackberry and apple or something. So yeah, that's going to be a summer scent for me. What I tend to do is use the body spray on my body, use the perfume on my wrists, and then touch up the wrists through the day. For K, I've got this Avon Dew Kiss lip balm. It's in the colour Plum Tart. I quite like this packaging. It rolls up really nice and smoothly, and it's nice and thin, which I actually quite like. It's obviously a tinted lip balm. I've used a bit of it already. The only thing I don't like about it is it's a bit hard to tell, but the light is showing that the thing that it sits in is down to there, which is a little bit annoying if that's all product that I'm going to have to dig out. I'm hoping that it won't be. I'm hoping that it's going to be shallower, that it's only going to be about there, but it will be interesting to see. I actually came across, when I was looking for some other stuff, another one of these, and these have, I think it's either 1.6 or 1.8 grams, something like that in them, so they're not very big. And I'm hoping now that I've got my Baby Lips Pink Shock one done, or very close to done, that if I focus on this for 2021, it can be done by the end of the year. I can't see why not. I can't remember what the weight on the Baby Lips one is. It's pretty much taken about 2 years, but that's a lot of time has been not touching it for a while and then rediscovering it and then using it for a bit. So we'll see how we go. Alright. For L, I've got the Love and Light hand cream from Lush. This is a 45 gram tub. Currently at 57.08 grams and sitting there. You'd think with the name Love and Light this would be a very lightweight, very light scented hand cream, but it's actually really quite strongly scented. It's neroli. I'm wondering if it's supposed to be the same as the Prince shaving cream that Lush make. And it's a lot heavier than you'd think it would be for something called Love and Light too. It does absorb fairly nicely and fairly quickly, but it does seem a lot heavier than I'd expect for something called Love and Light. So that's I don't know if I've got another one of those Lush containers to weigh to compare it, but I'm thinking that I can probably get that done this year. I think I usually get a majority of 100 gram tub done in a year if I focus on it. So I think a 45 gram that's had a bit of use should be fine as well. For M, I've got this Maple Taffy lip balm, and I think I can get that one finished at the end of this year. Yeah, it's pretty much all dug out fairly evenly, so it's not like there's much around the edges either. This one is currently 7.37 grams, including the packaging, which is pretty good considering I think this one only started off out at 10 grams anyway, so I know I've used a good chunk of it, even taking into account the packaging. So I think that one should be able to go this year. For O, I had to stretch a little bit to find a product for O, and I've actually gone with this Garnier Micellar Water because it's in the on-the-go size. So yeah, was having trouble with O. Usually I put in my old Blue Sky shower gel, but that's pretty much gone last year, so I thought I'd go with something different for a change. Yeah, there's not much left in this. I think I can get that one done. It's currently sitting at 46.96 grams. I thought I weighed the empty one I had before to see how much the packaging weighed. I'll have to do that and write it down so I've got it as a reference for next time. Oh, I've actually missed N. I thought I missed N. N is the NARS Fort de France highlighter. My goal for this one is to hit pan on that one for a change. There is definitely a dip going in it. This one looks really dark in the pan, but if you actually put it on the skin, it actually comes out a whiter colour than my vanilla quartz, which blows my mind, because if you looked at them, the other one looks almost white, this one looks gold, but on the skin this one is quite light. I've used it a reasonable amount, sort of my summer highlighter, but I also think the pan's fairly deep in this, because this one is 3.8 grams and my Becca one's only 2.4, I think. Yet the actual surface area on them is fairly similar, so I'm thinking that this one must be a fair bit deeper than the Becca. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how I go with this one. It's going to be one of those where I'm just going to have to keep using it and hope that I use it enough to see pan, because it's going to be really hard to know. Because I've sort of been putting my brush down there, you can actually see that there is sort of a dip showing against that side of the pan there. So I have used it, and you can see that I've used it, but it would be interesting to see exactly how deep that pan is and whether or not I can actually hit that pan on it. Alrighty, for P, I've got this Pied de Pepper foot lotion from Lush. I'm not going to open this one because this one has really started to separate, which is why I started working on it in 2020 rather than when foot cream I'd originally had in a project pan. It's currently sitting at 92.6 grams, so you can imagine if this started off at 100 grams of product plus the weight of the tub. Can't think how much of tub weighs off the top of my head. I should know, I've weighed them often enough. But yeah, this one is a good one for winter because it's got a really a really peppery, clovey sort of scent. But that being said, I find it harder to use foot creams in the winter because I'm usually got socks on my feet to try and keep them warm. So it'll be interesting to see. Because it's separated, it is quite oily. So yeah, it's probably sitting about there at the moment, just to give you an idea. Okay, so for V, I've got the for Q, I've got the Vanilla Quartz Skin Perfector from Becca, and I'm hoping to finish that one. I have had to repress this one because it broke. It's quite crumbly. I actually wouldn't mind repressing it again, but it seems silly to do that unless it's broken. It's probably about half gone, so I think there's a good chance it can be gone by the end of the year. For R, I've got this Baron's Rose lipstick from MAC again, currently sitting there. So my goal for this one is to hit 19 grams. It's currently 19.74 grams at the moment. Last year I was hoping to use 0.5 grams. I am filming this a touch early, but I don't think I'm going to hit that from where I am at the moment. So I just need to focus on this one a bit more to to make sure I try and hit that goal as well as using the other one. So I'm just going to have to make sure that I reapply them when I'm at work. For S, I've got the Smooth Minerals eye pencil in the colour Pebble, hoping to finish that one this year. Currently at 4.09 grams. That's where we're sitting at the moment. I don't think this one should be a problem. I think, is this one here, this one's about the size of that finger there at the moment. I'd really like to get these done and out of my collection. I think it's possible. I can see definitely that I should have the lid coming down over here by the end of the year, but I'd really like to get this done. I think it's a possibility. It's also 4.2 centimetres from here to the tip, or 6.6 from the bottom to the tip, but obviously there's not going to be any product in this bit here, and it wouldn't surprise me that if I don't manage to actually sharpen it down that far. So we'll see how we go on that. I think this is going to be the year for that this year, to finally get some of this stuff done I've been trying to do for the last couple of years. For T, I've got this True Colour Skin Goodness CC cream from Avon, and my goal is to finish this one. The others that I have that I'm using at the moment are so close to being done, so I'm expecting them to be gone in the first month, by the end of January. So I'm going to start using this one. This one is almost brand new. I put it on the other day to make sure that it was going to work for me. I think I've probably swatched it a couple of times before, but pretty much brand new. This one's only a 25 gram one as well. So yeah, I'm expecting that I should get that done in a year without too many problems, or 10 months or so, if the other one doesn't get done super early. For you, I've got the Ultra Balm from Lush. My goal is to finish this one. Currently at 21.4 grams, and the last one I had of these, I've kept the empty tin, and I can tell you that the tin weighs just over 9 grams. So there's about 12 grams of product in there. So if it started out at 45, it's under a quarter of the tin. So I'm thinking that I should be able to get that one done as well. For V, I've got the 7-day scrub from Clinique. The V in the 7, even though it is written as the letter 7. V was a bit tricky this year, because usually it's my Viva Glam lip gloss, but it's not quite done, but it's close to being done, so it seems silly to put it in again. Going with this one instead. I've had this for ages, didn't use it. Usually I store it sitting up this way, but because it's quite opaque, it's hard to get a level, so I sat it up that way for a while, squeezed out some air until it sort of started coming out the top, just to give you an idea about how much is actually left in this. And it currently weighs 73.76 grams. Yeah, so I'm thinking that it's still probably about half full, give or take. But yeah, hoping to concentrate on this one a little bit more. And yeah, it would be nice to get this one done, because this one's been around for quite a while. Yeah, so it looks like it's down to about there. Just to give you a bit of an idea of visual progress. Alright, for W, I've got these cleansing wipes. These are Athena. These are really dry, so I tend to use them with micellar water. Would you look at that? They're actually still in date until 2023. There you go. They are dry though, so yeah, I guess that means that I shouldn't worry about any microbes. The fact that they're dry probably means I'm not going to have to It originally started off as a pack of 25. I have used quite a few of these. I'm thinking there's probably less than half of that. Maybe, I'm thinking 10 to 12. It might surprise me, there might be less than 12, because I think from memory these are fairly big and thick ones. So it might only be like 8 or so. Yeah, don't know. Might be able to count them as I get down in them a bit, but I don't really want to go opening and fossicking around in there before I need to. Currently these are weighing 30.58 grams, so we will see. It'll be interesting to see when I actually take a wipe out and weigh them again, about how much a wipe is, and maybe then I can approximate about how many are in there, because the packaging's not going to weigh all that much on those. So yeah, I think I can get those done. It'd be nice to get that packet out. I've got a couple of open packets. They're the driest of them. Actually no, they're not. There's a little bit of moisture left in these. Not enough to achieve anything, but there's a little bit of moisture in those. For X, I've got the Magix Skin Primer. I'm having trouble with this one this year, trying to work out where exactly I'm up to, because it doesn't settle well even if you leave it in hot water. It's probably down. I was hoping to get it down to the A this year, which I think I've managed to achieve. Looks like it's sitting about there, so yeah. Currently sitting at 31.01 grams, so I think I can get that one finished. Provided that it works well with the CC cream that I'm going to start using going forward. For Y, I've got the NYX matte bronzer in the colour Light. I need to work out what goal I'm going to set for this one, because I haven't done that yet, but it's currently at 48.06 grams. It would be nice to finish this, but I don't think that's going to happen. I'll have to look back over the last year and work out what looks like it might be a reasonable goal to try and achieve on that one. I don't think hitting pan's going to be all that far away. So yeah, don't know with that one. Have to work it out. But it's currently at 48.06 grams. And I think there's 9 grams? Oh, 9.5 grams of actual product in there. And for Z, I've got this Ibiza Party Shampoo from Lush. This was a very old one. It was made back in 2010. I'm using a different one right at the moment, but I'm thinking that I'll either start using this one instead of that one, or maybe I'll look at sort of alternating between the two. The other one's a little bit drying, so this one I think's possibly going to be a bit more of a softening, moisturising one. So we'll see how we go. I think I can get 100 grams done in a year. Alright guys, thanks for watching and listening to me rattle on. Hope to see you in my first update and in some of my other videos. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.